Welcome, Smile Mentor family. Well, guess what? Big day, final delivery. We have gone through a lot of appointments. A lot of appointments, but yet, we took some extra time on this. This normally probably wouldn't take a normal patient this long, but we're here at the end of the road, final delivery day. So now we're getting our final set, my final set of teeth, and let's see what it looks like. Welcome, Dr. Ritter.
Ready? How are you?
Good.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah? Okay. Let's do it. Okay, let me check. I need to remove the old temps. You may feel a little bit of pressure here, okay? Okay? Mm-hmm. You good? Mm-hmm. Okay, a little bit more, okay? Mm-hmm. That's it. I need to check your bite now, okay? We're almost done.
Okay, it's a little high in both rears, but...
Bite, open, bite, open. Let me show you, okay?
Will you also do the bite registry sitting up?
We are not done yet, okay?
Okay.
I want to show you. Yes, come here.
It's white. And these go back further, yes?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's the same design as the previous one, yeah.
Why does it feel like it goes back further?
Open a bit. It's the same.
Yeah, it's pretty close to, the arch inside, or the roof of your mouth, feels the same. I like it. I like it. Probably maybe not the time, but what should I do about the bottoms?
We need to check all the other restorations you have. You have a couple of crowns that PFM crown in the lower left that maybe it's a little bit unadapted and all that. So we need to check one by one to see what's the best treatment plan for each.
So right now I need to focus on the top, on looking at how does it fit, if you had this done, right? If you had this done, what are you looking for right now?
Right now we are pretty close to what we're planning, because of, we already did the try-in with the PMMA and all that.
Yeah.
But we always need to adjust a little bit the bite. So I don't know if you notice with other patients that we use this special device that is not only going to mark where you're touching against the antagonist, but it's also, giving us the pressure that you have in each spot. Okay, so we use that device, but usually not today. Okay, we use it in a follow-up appointment just to verify, okay, the pressure in each spot. Because right now, for example, I have even spots, but imagine that one of those spots you have much more pressure than the other one. It's the same size with the paper that we use especially for that, but the pressure may be different. But we usually let the patient wear the teeth for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, okay, just to feel it, to see if everything is good, if he gets used to it, and then on the follow-up appointment, we do that bite digital checkup just to see everything looks good.
Okay, but if you were a patient, right?
Yes.
You're a patient, you're in this position, you're looking at a new smile. What are you looking for?
Remember, this is not exactly a new smile. Why? Because it's a copy of the provisional that we use for weeks, okay?
Sure.
So actually, the only difference right now should be the material. And then the look is much more natural because you have translucency and you have different shades, in the same tooth, not like that PMMA that is like a monochromatic set, okay? So now it's much more about the aesthetics, like the translucency of the material and all that. But the position of teeth, the function of teeth, everything should be pretty similar to what you had for several weeks, okay? That's why we did all that before, So there's no big jump between those and the new one.
Okay, so we've already done midline.
You see? It's matching, yeah.
Yes. We've got the canines a little longer, which is good, right? That's supposed to be not much, but a little bit. What's unique about it is when I smile, the other held on because it's a different material and this is smoother. Your smile goes up bigger.
Yes,
my lip goes up more.
The other one is a little bit sticky.
Yeah, so your lip would versus...
The same happens with the food, okay? With the plastic one, of course, it's going to stain and all that, but also the food is going to stick to it much more than this one because this one is, so you can relate it, this one is like glass and the other one is like plastic, kind of, know?
What about on the inside? So now the substructure, when food gets up inside there, will it be easier to get out than the plastic, or will it be the same?
No, because it's not like that. Actually, both of them, the previous set and this one, they're the same. They have the same adaptation to your gum. And this one, remember, you have this polymer structure that is highly polished and extremely good and very biocompatible with your tissue. So easy to clean, but it's not glass underneath. It's a polymer. That one is a different type of polymer, but kind of the same material,
So cleaning, I should expect the same?
The same, yeah.
Okay. And now, in this 2 weeks, am I going to avoid eating anything?
No. You can eat whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
Yep. Yeah.
Whatever I want.
Yes, sir. Except I don't like to chew ice or things like that,
Why?
Of course, because...
I won't do it, but
yes.
I'm not an ice chewer. I know
exactly.
some people are.
I don't like that type of pressure on glassy materials, So I would avoid chewing ice or things like that,
Almonds.
No, almonds you can, of course.
What are some other hard things?
Basically,
corn nuts,
hard candy, and ice, for example. That's it.
So hard candy.
Yeah. No. No jawbreakers or things like that,
Okay.
That's how they call it.
What do you see when patients come in if they've because there you go. Now you've got 4 segments, right? 4 3-unit bridges.
Yes.
Correct? So I got 12 teeth on the top now.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So sometimes you'll have a patient maybe chip one of those bridges?
I mean, not that common at all, but that may happen.
What do they usually break it on? When they come in, if I know it's rare.
Yeah, and it's difficult to know, you know, because usually,
They won't tell you?
usually it fractures with whatever, and then they notice it 1 week, 2 weeks later, and they say, I was just eating a little piece of bread and this and that. So, I mean, the little piece of bread maybe is the last drop, you know, but of course they broke it before with something else, yeah. And usually it's like an accident, like they were, I mean, drinking from the bottle or something like that, and they, you know, but it's not very common, yeah.
You can definitely tell.
But if that happens, it's very simple because remember,
just change a 3-unit
we
bridge.
have those files. So basically, you come here, we check which one, we just re-mill it, and we remove your prosthesis. We take out the broken one, put the new one, and put it back. If that happens. Yeah.
And so
this is one of the most important part of this type of prosthesis, okay? Because remember, what's the other option that we have in the market? Full monolithic zirconia, okay? If you break,
it's catastrophic.
it's done. I mean, you're done. You know, I mean, you break a little piece, there's nothing to do. We cannot fix it.
You can't glue any more on.
No, you just remove it and place a new one. And the other issue is that if you break that, you're going to jeopardize the implant osseointegration depending on the position
Because
and a lot
it's
of
so
things,
heavy.
you know? Because, I mean, you know.
You got that heavy piece hanging on in pieces.
So that may be a complication that we don't have with this type of prosthesis. I mean, I've been using this type of frameworks for, I don't know, kind of 3 years, okay? And I never had a broken framework, okay? I'm talking about the inside part.
Right, the substructure.
So imagine it's very simple, that retrievability and just to remove and replace one little section is very simple. So that's a very important thing that you need to consider when you are selecting materials for your patients, because this is not about delivering it, thank you so much, see you. No, this is about maintenance, this is about following up and being there for the patient to whatever happens, that may happen. I mean, you have a new Mercedes-Benz and you may have to change the tire. That's the same thing, you know?
Yeah. Change the oil, change the tires.
So it's part of the maintenance, you know?
Yeah. I always get my numbers wrong. Either 1 or 12, my back right. A little rough.
Yes, because we just adjusted.
Okay. So
And because you also have the axis of the screw uncovered right now, and you may feel the edge of the axis.
Okay. So now I'm going to take this for 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to come back in 2 weeks. We're going to run that deal, and I'm going to give you my feedback on...
Yes.
Okay.
On your bite, on the function, basically. Okay?
And then do I, after that appointment, then what?
That's it. And
Then
then
I
we
call
do
hygiene
we
appointments.
do a follow-up 3 months later, you know?
Okay.
And then depending on your hygiene, we do appointments every 6 to 9 months just to check and to clean.
Hygiene schedule. If somebody, you know, I've gotten pretty particular about trying to be hard on the hygiene. You know, really doing it really well. But so if somebody was a little more particular and that kind of stuff, every 6 months is plenty.
I had patients that I need to check every month, imagine. You know, sometimes, really? Yes. I mean, I'm talking about 1 in 16 years, but some patients, they say, I mean,
I don't have to take care of teeth anymore.
Yes. So the only way to keep it up is to check them every month for the cleaning. You know, imagine that's an extreme, you know? But usually 6 months, and if the hygiene of the patient is not that good, maybe we check them every 3 or 4 months, you know? No, but that's, you know, very bad hygiene.
Okay.
I mean, the most important part here is to educate the patient, you know? So you need to learn, you need to understand what's happening with your teeth because you lost already your natural dentition made by God. Now, if you don't take care of this one that was made by me, not by God, you know? So you need to take care. So you need to learn how to take care. And of course, that's why we're here. We teach you, we give you the instructions how to use the water pick, how to use the floss, how to use the brush, okay? And then you may be able to maintain that for a long time.
And I respect more now. I would not use my mouth guard as much as I probably should have in the temporaries, but this, you can feel that if you don't use your mouth guard, you're going to wear down that lower dentition. Yes?
Not really. No. Remember,
So then what's the point of the mouth guard?
to protect, you know, because remember...
Protect what? This or these?
The upper, the new one. Yes, I mean the natural dentition against zirconia when zirconia is polished is extremely good. You know, so you're not going to wear your natural dentition because you have zirconia on top. Okay, if the zirconia is polished and it's good, it's almost the same and sometimes even better than enamel against enamel. Okay, so it's, I mean,
really?
Yes. Everybody thinks that no, it's the other way because it's a super strong material.
Yeah.
Strong doesn't mean rough, okay? It's different things, you know? Sandpaper is super soft, but it's going to wear, you know? So this is extremely polished, okay? So there's no issues with that.
Okay.
The night guard is because, remember, at night, we do parafunction. And that means that sometimes we are clenchers, sometimes we are boxers, and we just prefer to protect as much as possible your investment, you know, because it's a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
That's it.
It's expensive. Okay. Awesome. So now I'm going to go 2 weeks. I'm going to go...
Let me finish because I need to check the night guard. I actually need to adjust the pipe for that. And I need to seal the axis of the screws.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. All right.
Every night, okay?
If it feels a little like my lip doesn't really go over that, is that normal?
With a night guard? Yeah, I mean, the night guard makes the front part of your teeth bigger, but of course, it should not be like that. Your teeth, there's a reason your teeth are in that position. If we add 3 millimeters, of course, you're going to feel like your lip is not fitting there, you know?
Okay.
Open. The next appointment, we also do the lower scan for your implant.
Okay.
The lower jaw.
Perfect. Let me ask you a weird question. We're going to end on this note. How many patients keep their eyes open when you're working on them?
Most of them, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes, I think so, yes.
They have their eyes open when they're laying down?
Yes.
That feels weird to me.
Yes.
Like, right? Is it normal?
Yeah.
It's half though, right?
Yeah, you think so? I think, yeah.
Like it feels like you're looking up at them, but then yet they're not looking at you because they're
And of course,
looking at the
imagine, I'm not checking on their eyes. Of
Right.
course, I mean, sometimes you go and check because if the patient is having pain, you see that the patient is like,
wincing, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, most of them, they're like looking at you like to see what you're doing, or sometimes I'm wearing my loupes and they can see through the lens in the reflection of my loop, so they're like, you know, like checking what you're doing. You know?
Really?
Yeah, or in the light, you know.
That's weird.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah.
About half or
Yeah.
most. Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot of patients that they want to see what's happening, you know, so they're like trying to.
Well, you guys have done a great job.
Thank you.
And I'm
Thank you for trusting
excited.
us, man.
Yeah. And I'm excited to try them out. Let's see what
Yes.
these 2 weeks do. I mean,
Go and eat some ribs,
feel.
man.
They definitely feel.
Much better. Of course.
Yeah,
Amazing.
much better. And
Yeah, that's a common thing, you know, that the patient feels like very nice. There's the jump between the plastic and the final material, you know, not only because of the aesthetics, but the sensation of the glassy material, you know.
okay. Was that last one a little loose on a couple of them?
The what?
Were the screws a little loose
In
somewhere
the
too?
previous one? No.
Okay, because it had a little cantilever to it, but this definitely doesn't. It almost feels like an orthodontic appointment.
Yeah. Remember the other one is plastic, you know, so I mean you wear that one, you flex it a little bit more, you know. This one is more rigid, and this one you have like these titanium bases that you don't have in that one. So that's why you may feel like tighter, you know, but that's the only difference.
Where, in the abutments?
I mean, the prosthesis itself, inside of the prosthesis, you have like a female sleeve, titanium sleeve, that is going to fit on top of the abutment on the multi-unit that you have on top of your implant. The other one, we use a different system where we just print that connection in the same material. So it's a little bit more flexible, is, you know, but it's just for those type of times that we use that system. Yeah.
Okay.
So that what I'm trying to tell you is this one may feel like more rigid.
Rigid, which is good, because then that gives you more confidence
Yes.
to bite. So no more plastic fork.
No more plastic fork.
Okay.
Okay, let me take
Cool.
this out.